Good morning. Lynn here. Every morning I walk out and I'm so happy to be here. I look around to see how things are, the trees, hear the birds tweeting and singing. I just kind of check out my place generally overall to see things okay. Sometimes we have wind and I have to worry about things, but other than that, let me walk you down the road here, show you a little bit about my place. Okay, here I am walking out this morning. Nice weather, a little cool. We've had some rain tonight. Looking around my place. This is what I see every morning when I walk out. I look at my house, at the trees. You can hear birds this morning singing, making lots of noise. Just check around, see how things are. I'm going to walk out down the road here and show you a little bit. My wife and I bought this about 20 years ago as a retirement place, and we've been here. She passed away last year, but I'm here now with my dogs, and I enjoy this. So I'm going to walk around and show you some of the things that are here, and then we'll talk about more of them later. So I have some carports here. We have oak trees, and we have crepe myrtles, and we have Chinaberry trees. This tree is a water oak. It's a beautiful tree. Has lots of leaves on it, lots of branches. Out here on the edge, you can see my pond. It's just a runoff pond. It doesn't have a spring, but it does have fish in it. The birds brought fish. The herons, when they walk in the water, they get fish eggs on their legs and do that. We'll talk more about the pond. So here's looking down my road. When we bought this place, this was a dirt road, very dusty. So we had it paved so it wouldn't be so hard on the cars. One of the things I have a whole lot of are fig trees. Here's a fig tree. This is a little fig tree. It's about 3 years old. I have some other ones, and we'll talk about those at another time. Back through the trees, you can barely see, and I'll show you again. You see pink and white boxes. I raise bees. My son and my granddaughter and I have this bee business called Three Bees for Bees. Last year we had 120 pounds of honey. This year we hope to have more. So we walk along here, you see the pond, you see across my field. This property is 15 acres or 6 hectares and has various parts to it. On the right-hand side is pasture. This we call the triangle because the road cuts it and you see the edge of it. The buildings in the background are my neighbors' houses. They're really good neighbors. They watch out for me, especially since I'm single now, since my wife passed last year. But they keep track of me and watch my place. On the left up here is my big pasture. It's about 8 acres. I lease this to my neighbors so they have a place for their horses and their cows. I don't grow anything on other than pasture land. That works that way. Down here near the edge of it is two of their horses. You can see their horses there. We talk to them and watch them. The nice thing about having the neighbors this way is that we can watch the horses. And when the horses have babies, we can watch the babies, but we don't have to take care of them. We don't have to do the vet bills and things. Same thing with their cows. They have cows. So this just is naturally watered by the rain. In the background, you can probably hear the thunder. We've got a storm coming. This right here is part of my natural gardening. I don't use any chemicals or anything on this place, either pesticides or herbicides, but this is mulch. When they trim the trees and grind the tree branches up, they create this mulch, and I have them bring it here to me so I can use it on my property. This is a live oak tree. It has leaves on it year-round. They fall off in the spring, but it's never not green. You can see that it's starting to bloom. Get up here and we can see these little, this is what the live oak looks like when it's blooming. The bees are going to love this because it has lots of pollen on it. Then there's another one out here, another oak tree that is blooming too, and it's different. These are the bloom on another oak tree, and the bees like this. Has lots of pollen, and I like this because it has lots of pollen. So here's my big dog. This is my black-mouthed cur, Sandy. Sandy. She's a good dog. She's about 3.5 years old. I got her when she was 6 months old. She weighed 26 pounds then. She weighs 76 pounds now. So this part right here, I'm not doing anything with. This is just what this place would look like if it was natural, with no mowing or weeding or anything. Eventually, I hope to return a lot of this to prairie, to natural landscape. We'll talk about that some other time. So up here, like I said, you can see my carports. And get here where we can see a good picture of my house. I didn't show you that when I first came out. But this house is a steel building. It's 40 feet wide and 80 feet long. It's one of the early houses they called barn dominiums, because people would have half of it for a barn and half of it for the house. And it was very economical to do this and sturdier than having a mobile home out in the country. But we'll talk about the house. I'll show you the inside one of these days. It's very nice. When we came out and looked at this house, my wife walked in the door, and it's not very good today because it's not sunny, but I have 5 skylights in there. And that day we walked out here, the sun was shining and it was bright inside. And so she said, "This is what I want." And so that's what we got. So I think that takes care of it for today. As I say, I'll have some other videos up. I'm going to look at some individual things. We can't see it very well from here, but I do have a pool, an in-ground pool. I also have a large fig orchard. And as I do, I'll show some of those. And then you see the carport, and we'll talk about my equipment. I've got a tractor and another piece of equipment. Living on a farm, a ranch, you got to have equipment all the time because there's things to work on. So for today, this is Lynn. Hope to see you again.